Welcome back, 2.8 friends. This is the second episode of SAABTalk. I know it's been a year, but nothing has really gone wrong with my car, so I haven't had to fix anything. But today, we're going to tackle something a little different. It's not actually a repair. We're going to upgrade something or add something to the car. Today, what we're going to be doing is adding accessories. Specifically, interior accessories. Now, I apologize. It's been pretty nasty weather, and I have a day job, so the inside of my car isn't as clean and spotless as it should be. But hopefully you'll understand. I know the internet's full of trollers, but you know, it is what it is. Some of us have to work for a living. And so what we're going to install today is this. And what this is it's actually a genuine, I guess, for the most part. It's probably about the only factory accessories that still exist anymore. But what we're going to do is install the interior footwell LED kit that puts light on the footwells of a car, because basically I work around new cars every day. My Saab is obviously a 2008. It's 10 years old, and I see cars every day with little things here and there that I wish my car had, or a new car had. I wish I could have a new car, and someday I might have to get one. But one thing I do like is in some of these modern cars is the mood lighting or interior lighting that comes in under the dashes. I saw this kit, thought we'd throw it, thought I'd buy it, and we'd show you how to throw it on. It's fairly simple. We're going to go exactly as the instructions tell us to. So we'll go step by step and install this light kit, and hopefully it works. And before we get to tools, let's just talk about what a beautiful day it is here in Bristol, Tennessee. That's where I'm at, part of the East Tennessee Saab enthusiasts, which there aren't many, but they are around, and there's some really good ones out here. Some of these guys know a lot of stuff, so check them out if you're in the area. Now, before we get to our tools list, let me tell you something. One of my other passions is watches, and I'm thinking of doing some watch videos. We'll do a wrist check today. That would be the Steinhardt Race Timer automatic chronograph, Value 7750, fully automatic, beautiful watch. This one's in blue and white. They also make it in brown and black or gray, but also on blue strap with orange stitching. A gorgeous piece. Check their watches out. Very nice, very nice. Anyway, on to the tools list. Going by this picture here, we have all our stuff: wire cutter, 10mm ratchet, measuring tape. We have an interior puller, a file, and I'll show you why you will need a file later. You will need a hole cutter bit. Now, the instructions tell you to get one that is 26mm. I have been unable to find a 26mm one. This one is 25mm, 1 inch. So we'll do the best we can with that. And then obviously you'll need a screwdriver. This one, I have bits. You only need a Phillips and a flathead. So with these tools, you should be able to get this done. I lied. You'll probably need also, we probably need Torx bits too. So make sure you have some of those. I lied to you. It's not just Phillips and flathead. It's probably Torx. Anyway, we're going to start with the first step, which is to remove the interior pieces that we have to remove first. There's a lot of them, so we're going to go ahead and take them apart. According to this, we have to remove the glove box first, and the panel, which is actually here. It's not in the gear shift like it shows here. It's going to be this side panel here, and then the bottom panel of the steering wheel. So we'll take all that off. And you thought your glove box was bad. Anyway, first off, we're going to move the glove box. Mine is full of gloves and various handheld tools in case I break down, stuff to clean the dash, which I haven't done in a while. Some solar sunglasses, apparently, from the solar eclipse. But what we have to do is I think there are 5 or 6 screws in this. Here, that one's loose. And then there should be a few down on the bottom. right there. And right there. So get those first. They take a Torx bit. Let's see. T20. Once you've got the glove box out, don't forget to disconnect the interior light there, and there is a hose also that you have to remove here, just like that. You just pull the hose straight off. Don't forget to reconnect these things once you're done. Anyway, not important right now. One thing I like to do is just put the body parts that you're taking off in the back seat. That way when you put them back, if you miss anything, you know, it'll be here. You can't miss things. It'll go back perfectly. The next step is to move the passenger seat all the way back so we can remove this side panel, held in by one screw, and then it slides out of place. The next step is to remove the 2 screws for the OBD2 outlet, and then there are 2 screws down here that hold this panel on. This panel's going to come off. I lied to you. It's not this panel. It's a panel up under here that the OBD2 is connected to. We're going to take that off. We will have to take this side panel off. 1 screw slides out. The next step is to remove the sill panel and the kick panel on both sides. And we're talking about this panel that runs here and the kick panel on both sides. Basically for these, you will just, there's no screws, you will just dislodge those panels and take them out. The next step is to remove the ashtray or the not ashtray, depending on which one you have. They both come out pretty much the same way. I already took mine out. Basically, what you have to do, see that tab right there? You have to get a screwdriver in there and pry it out just enough to be able to pull this and dislodge it. Yay, now we've got another problem. Woo! All right, problem solved. Just another thing, if you notice this isn't burning anymore, it's because that little bulb is burnt out. It's really easy to change. You just disconnect everything, slide this off there, and replace that bulb. But if you ever notice that that isn't lighting up anymore, this particular one does not. I have not fixed this yet. It's that bulb has gone out. But we're going to disconnect these connectors so we can start installing our kit. The next thing I did was go ahead and route our wiring per the diagram. Just start here. This is going to be our new wiring here. Go ahead and start with your left side. I ran it up. It'll come out right here. I ran it up and around this bolt rather than down through here. That way we can put it up, sorry, there's a fly. Put it up and around here and it'll come out right where it needs to. So do that first and then route the right side. Same way, but there's no bolt on that side to worry about. Our next step will be to go ahead and plug the new accessory in. It plugs right into that, let's see, it's gonna piggyback right off of this light. So you'll plug the connector that originally went in the light into this, and then plug this into here. When you pull the right side through, you're going to see this ground wire dangling. We're actually going to mount that ground right here. Well, it looks like it's getting ready to rain here in what was beautiful Bristol, Tennessee. So we are going to start doing the steps that do not require us to be in a car. And the next step is actually the one most people are going to have the most trouble with. And it's just going to be their feelings, not so much their the skill level. The next step, we have to cut holes in our kick panels in order to mount the LED lights. Okay, this is the driver's side kick panel. And where the instructions tell you to do it is about 1.25 inches down and 2 inches over from the side. So I used the tool to mark that spot. Now, they also tell you that you need a 26mm hole cutter to cut that hole in there. I can't find a 26, so we're going to use 1 inch, which is 25. And we will literally put this sucker right there. We have to drill this hole right through to here. So now this thing obviously doesn't sit flat, so try to find a good place to drill a hole through so you won't break it. Obviously plastic gets brittle, you don't want to break it and mess it up and get trolled on the internet for having a trash car. Easy peasy, no problem. Once you have your hole cut, get a fine file and just file these shavings off. Make it look nice, smooth, and professional so you don't get trolled on the internet. Well, it is absolutely pouring down rain now outside. So I'm gonna sit here and test fit these bulbs into these panels, which I cut the holes in. Got both of them cut, they're nice and lined up. They're still a little jagged, but the bulb should cover it up. We'll see what we have to do. We'll see how they fit. And they should fit in there just like that. If you're like me and you can't find a 26mm hole bore and use a 25, you will have to do a little bit of filing to get this sucker to pop in. These are actually really tight, so when it's in there, and it is not coming out. I mean, it will, but obviously it's in there pretty tight. It's not loose at all with the 25, but it should. You'll have these two, and the next step is to fit the connector to that, which is easy peasy. We're going to do the left side first, so as per the instructions, you'll get one of these. It comes with it. You're going to have your white wire on the right and your red wire on the left. And that should be what it looks like once you get it done. Both of those just press in and lock into the connector. Once you have both your panels done, now it'll be time to connect them to the wiring that you've run through, that you ran through earlier. So it literally, just like the instructions, just clips in. And then we'll put the panels back on here and down here. Skipped a step. When you get them connected, the kit comes with these. You will wrap these around your connection. For the kick panels, just guide them up in there, kind of bring them down and up, and then we're going to push forward. Make sure to bring your weather stripping back in front. And then for these, you slide these in place and press down. Also, put your weather stripping over it. This is what it should look like once you've connected and wrapped that around. Now we're just going to put the panel back in on the passenger side as well. Same thing, slide in, pop into place. Also, this kit comes with a great length of wire. It also comes with wire ties, so you may want to tie some stuff up, tidy it up, you know, make sure you make it look nice, you know, so somebody doesn't troll you on the internet. Once you get your panels back in down here, you're pretty much done. There is a 2-amp fuse that comes with the kit that you need to lock up here, you know, put in here before you turn it on. So don't forget that, or you'll be checking it to see if it works and being like, why are my lights not working? Well, that's why. So don't forget that. Now, we're going to put the rest of the panels back on. For reinstallation of these side panels, there's a tab that has to slide into, there's a tab on the side of the panel that needs to slide in here. So start low, slide it in, and then up. The next step will be to put the glove box back in. The way I've found to do it is make sure you connect your lights and your tube, slide it back, and then put your screws in place. Your passenger side is now done. Put this panel back. I forgot, take these side panels off. Makes it a lot easier to get the glove box out and the kick panels, because it kind of overlaps this piece here. So make sure you take both of these side pieces off too. There's 2 tabs, just line the tabs up, snap into place. The driver's side is going to be the same. We're going to install this panel first. Remember, tab slides in here, forward, up, screw in the back here. Yeah, right there. Then the lower panel will fit up in here. You have these two connectors for the lights, and then we have to reconnect the OBD2 port as well. So we're all put back together. You'll probably notice in the edit that when I told you to put this piece back up under here, this piece was already on. Do not do this first, because you have to have, there's a screw that has to go in behind here for that upper panel to fit back in. So do that last. Don't make the same mistake I did. I put that in first and completely forgot about it, but it's right back behind here in order to get all this down. So, but it's all back together. So let's see if it works. So this job should technically, according to the book, take like 30 minutes. It took me a little bit longer because I didn't have a 26mm hole cutter and it rained. But let's see here. Okay. Get some AC rolling in here. It has been just awful. Maybe not that hot. Ooh, too much wind. Oh, need some gas. All right, well, it's not very dark outside. You know, I've got pretty dark tint, but let's see. Oh man. Well, I'll be danged. It does indeed work. You know, and that just, you know, oh, this is cool too. You know, it's hooked into your night panel, so it does dim to 50%. But anyway, you know, it's not super bright. I think the camera makes it a little brighter than it actually is, but it's just you know, it doesn't stand out at all. I mean, in comparison to the gauges or anything else. So I think that's kind of neat. But anyway, you know, it's just a little accessory to make your car a little bit more up to date. I do apologize for the messy interior. I have not been around to cleaning it. But anyway, very simple installation. You know, again, I want to thank Euro Parts because I buy a lot of stuff from them. Super fast shipping, great people to deal with. Check us out on, I'm a member of a Facebook group called the 2.8 Alliance. It is only for the Aero cars with the 2.8 turbo, but if you do have or need any information, there's a lot of it there. There are a couple of jackasses. You know, whether your car is bone stock and perfect or a pile of crap, they're gonna troll you, but don't let that defer you from asking questions ever. Who cares what they think? It's not their car. You do whatever you want. But anyway, I just wanted to kind of show you this little installation. You know, just to kind of give your car a little something without having to go to Advanced Auto and buy a bunch of cheap lights and, you know, wire them up yourself. This kit is plug and play. There's just a lot of interior parts that you have to take off to get it to work. But anyway, I do want to thank you all for watching. I really do appreciate it. And I hope you get something out of it. You know, this old Saab does have almost 188,000 miles on it. I've loved every minute of it. It's a great car, still runs pretty good. And you know, I just try to keep it up, and I know there's going to come a day when I have to get rid of it and get something else, but I really have had a great experience with this car, and I hope you guys love yours as much as I love mine. It's great to keep them on the road. They are neat cars. So please, you know, check out 2.8 Alliance if you do have a 2.8. Saab Central is another forum I go to for any kind of Saab information. They've got all of them there. So, you know, please check them out. And I think that's going to be all for our talk today. So, until the next repair, I'm Baird Brown. You've been great. Thanks a lot.
on your silver car. See? You trying to get new tires.